And good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's Zelda 1 Randomizer extravaganza of matches here. They continue right here on Randomania, and we have an exciting 2-1 showdown between OPTLawyer and chessjerk. The winner of this match will automatically punch a ticket into the bracket stages of the tournament. Good evening, everybody. This is LOZ Cards Fan 23, along with my partner, New York Ramber. Well, very intriguing matchup between two fine runners. And OPTLawyer, he's had his share of hijinks in his 2 victories.
Oh, yeah. We see it from the final name. East is still not West. Well, he might have got a little thrown off in 9 in one of his runs recently.
Yeah, that was the match between Cantaloupe and me, where he actually came out on top because level 9 once again proved to be the great equalizer because Ganon was in the moat room, and then after Cantaloupe had defeated Ganon at long last, had trouble finding the princess in her little game of hide and seek. So OPTLawyer 2-1. chessjerk also 2-1 right now. Had a chance to punch his ticket last time, but it simply just did not work out for him.
Yeah, so the winner of this will guarantee themselves a spot into the brackets. The loser will go into that huge mess at 2-2, which does feature a lot of really good runners, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be a lot of competition jockeying to get those final spots into the bracket stages of the tournament. So it is going to be very, very close. So Lori, he beat OPT defeated Lori and Cantaloupe to get to his 2 victories. So let's see, who did chessjerk defeat? Kadogo in his first match was who he defeated. Did chessjerk?
And that's who I get to face on Sunday.
Yep, and defeated a big-time opponent in RC Drone in his second week. That is very tough to do. I mean, RC Drone, one of the best Zelda randomizer runners in the world, but he ended up defeating him in week 2. Then in week 3, he was unable to punch a ticket into the bracket stages as he fell to... who did he fall to? Ah, yes, 8gen, who has been just rocking and rolling in this tournament right now. He is 4-0 with just one more match to go. I think he's going to go 5-0, to be honest. Adaginos, he has just been on a roll. He has been lighting this field up. You never know, but I think he's got a good chance of being 5-0.
So, very interesting start screen here. We start in the Forest Cave, and we find level 9.
Wow, immediately finding level 9 right off the bat, and we have our coastal item. Looked like the bow.
Yep, that was the bow over, we see on chessjerk's side.
And we have a medium secret that chessjerk just found, and it's a good amount, 35 rupees. It's above the vanilla amount, above the mean, anywhere between 25 and 40. So, good start in the money department. OPT going to check this. Oh, just in time, he had barely enough iframes. That might have been a door repair penalty. So, if that's the case, well, he gets to pay nothing. There's 9 of them scattered throughout the land of Hyrule. chessjerk finds a hint shop, but they're very expensive. 1 at 59, 1 at 60. You need 144 rupees. But it's so close to start. He may come back later and buy the hints and do the retry trick so that he's not wasting his money.
Yeah, plus we're not going to know what those hints are until we find a specific item that we usually like to make fun of, but it's actually relevant in these flags.
Well, look at this, New York Rambler. The price of
the arrows?
Wooden arrows is as good as it gets. It's the minimum 60 rupees, and the door per penalty is 17.
17, not the worst. They range from 15 to 25.
Yeah, so that is pretty low on that thingamabob here. Again, 9 door repair penalty. So OPT is already knocked off one of them. chessjerk going to check this staircase here, and he's going to find that same wooden arrow shop that OPT found earlier. Blue ring is the standard 250 rupees, and that is common. That is a common price for the blue ring because for most of the shops, it's a plus or minus 20 variance on the items. But since the price can't be higher than 255, if the random number generator falls outside of 255, let's say 268, then the blue ring will get set at its default price of 250.
Yeah, that's just one of the quirks to balance out how this works. I think it's also true with the recovery heart. I think it's 10 most of the time because if it goes below 1, it'll go back to 10.
That is correct. And unfortunately, that is another door repair penalty for chessjerk, so that's going to take him down to 18 rupees. We do apologize. We're going to try to get OPTLawyer back up as soon as we possibly can. A chessjerk is going to check the casino region in Hyrule, and that's another door repair penalty. He's down to just a single rupee. Chessjerk, don't spend it all in one place.
Well, if we find 1 rupee bombs, he might spend it there.
Well, instead he finds a potion shop, but since he doesn't have the letter, no business for him, so he may have to come back to that later if it proves to be one of those heavy combat seeds. I guess you could say that OPTLawyer got cease and desisted.
Oh, man. Well, he seems to have been having, I think leading up to this, he said that he had a little bit of an internet issue today, so hopefully we'll get it back. We find 6 on chessjerk's side.
Yep, and he will, it looks like he's going to at least give it a go. There's 1 item hidden in this dungeon. It's one of the fairly big dungeons in level 6, of course, level 7 being the biggest one outside of level 9. Don't you have the Nintendo Power Guide? Well, you're going to see everybody in Hyrule say that message. That's because you need the book in order to figure out what those Hylians are saying. So without the book, all the Hylians are going to say the same thing. Those hint shops are going to be nothing to our runners. But keep in mind that the book does act as a double-edged sword. It still hinders your wand if you have that in your possession.
See, Chester going to set up a screen scroll here to try to get to the Vanilla 5, and gets it done.
Yep, he's made it to Vanilla 5, and past the Octoroks, we find that's a casino, but with only 1 rupee to his name, he can't go gambling even if he wanted to. And looks like we do have OPT back up and running. He has not found the wood sword yet, but he has found a small secret. That's a healthy amount, 17 rupees, so well above average small and medium secret so far, which can only mean one thing, Crambler.
Well, yeah, the race I just called not so long ago had a similar thing where I think the small was 13, the medium was 36, but the large is 55. Let's hope we don't see that happen.
I don't want to see that happening either. I want this to be a big money seed, but the game knows that I'm doing commentary, so it's probably going to be crud, as you had just pointed out in your race. But hey, you never know. We'll find out what it is. There are 3 large secrets to go with the 7 mediums and 4 smalls.
Yeah, we see a little bit of a divergence now as OPT is near the start area, and potion shop is a potion shop. Fred, get on that.
Nice job, Chester, getting through those Lionel dodges, and he finds a bomb shop. Good price for those bombs. Only 13 rupees for a pack of 4 bombs. So we are getting a 7 rupee discount. So we are talking 35% off. That's a nice price.
Yeah, I'm never turning down 13 rupee bombs. Now we have something to, kill enemies. We still don't have a sword or a candle yet either. But it does give us a lot of exploration as well.
Yeah, you bet. OPTLawyer, they're going to check, and we have a arrow and blue ring shot 1 screen south of where it's supposed to be. Too bad it wasn't on this screen. It still could be. You never know. Let's find out what's behind this Armo statue. He's able to get there. Hey, it's level 4.
Yeah, and without the sword, without a weapon, a little tough. But at least having the knowledge of where a dungeon is to dig out, always nice to have.
chessjerk picks up another medium secret to take him up to 44 rupees. Nothing doing right now for exploration of level 4 for OPT, so he looks like he's going to head for vanilla level 3 next. chessjerk looks like he's on his way towards vanilla level 1, but he's not checking that spot just yet. OPT going to check and find that is not a door repair penalty, but instead either the hint about the white sword item. Ooh, speaking of which, chessjerk finding a bonus cave, and he'll get his candle. Good choice for him, so now he can start exploring Hyrule a little bit better, plus it does act as a secondary weapon.
Yeah, and chessjerk also going to the maligned, forgotten spot, see if there's anything relevant here, but nope, just more door repairs.
Yep, another door repair penalty. What I was mentioning is it either could have been the hint about the white sword item or the magical sword location, as we find a medium secret. Another one at Southwest Hyrule for OPTs, up to 87 rupees. But it looks like chessjerk is going to head for the Armo statue items, not the item, but the Armo statue near vanilla level 6 here at Death Mountain, and he's going to see if he can find anything of value here. While he found the item, we didn't get a good look at it, so we're going to get a better look.
I think it was Lord Banana.
All hail! Indeed, so a free boomerang, and again, with no wood sword, that's a nice secondary weapon to have, so he'll be able to stun those Lionels now, and that'll give him a breakaway. Here's another Take-Any Cave for chessjerk. He's got the heart container, he's up to 4 hearts, a 1 in 3 chance of picking up whatever the white sword item is, if he can find it. OPT checks the graveyard, and hey, it's a Take-Any. Let's see where these
warp
roads...
zone, any roads.
1 to Candle Row, and we'll see where the other ones take him. And one to the far southwest corner of Hyrule. I tell you, if this one goes to the southeast corner of Hyrule, these are some really good. Oh my goodness gracious! These are really good any roads here. They practically take it to the four corners, just about.
Yeah, and one of them is not too far away from the start screen. The start screen again is Vanilla 8, so that last one that he found is not terribly far away from where you start. So we have very nice Hyrule access here.
You better believe it as OPT. Oh, but the blue levers, as you lose one heart every time you get bopped by them, very difficult screen to negotiate in that narrow passageway, so OPT will have to go back to start.
Yep. One other thing to note about this wooden boomerang chessjerk is starting to use a little bit more of. If any of these low HP enemies like Octoroks got rolled down to 0 HP, the boomerang will take them out.
Yeah, absolutely right. And the same thing would apply for, say, the blue Octoroks or the orange Moblins. They could be lowered to 0, but they could also be raised to 4 HP each. Another medium secret for OPT puts him up to 122. He's about to discover that the ladder item is the bow, so we know that the ladder is going to be required to beat the seed. This will be another medium secret for chessjerk. So we found a lot of medium secrets already, but we've not found any of the larges yet.
Yeah, lots of mediums. Still not doing terribly good because we also found a lot of door repairs, to be honest.
But you find those out of the way early, you don't have to worry about them, later on. 9 of them scattered throughout Hyrule, and there's another one. Holy smokes. These runners getting very unlucky early here, New York.
Yeah.
And gonna check where this 10 secret normally is, and another take any. That is the third take any already for chessjerk. Unfortunately, the Lionel's not as kind to OPTLawyer heading for vanilla level 2, and he takes a death. But, as I say, New York Rambler, you can't have a Zelda randomizer without a good old-fashioned Lionel beam to the butt.
Well, you could, but, I mean, where's the fun in that?
Exactly. So now chessjerk has a 2 in 3 chance of picking up the white sword item if he's able to find it, and he finds another potion shop. We have still not found the location of the letter just yet. He's going to find what he believes is going to be a door repair penalty. We know it is not. So he's going to lose none of his 28 rupees. Again, that would have either been the white sword hint or the magical sword location, but no book, no understanding.
And looks like OPT finally got around those orange Lionels and has found his way to vanilla level 2. And vanilla level 2 is, the bomb shot that he hadn't found yet, so he will take advantage of those bombs.
Yeah, he's gonna buy his fill here. Absolutely. You definitely don't do the well. Given what we have explored here, I think we know where the location of the wooden sword is in all likelihood. It's probably next to vanilla level 9 in the potion shop, so I gotta imagine that's where it is, but you never know.
It could also be, there's a few other spots. There's also the waterfall and the vanilla white sword cave.
Well, they haven't checked those yet. You're right about that. They have not checked those spots, and you know how the vanilla white sword cave is. It tends to be very, very enemy heavy, and they like to put Lionels there, so we'll see about that as OPT finds yet another medium secret in that bomb zone. Hey, that's where a medium secret normally is in the vanilla quest. I usually get that one right after level 2. He's going to check Monocle Rock here and find, well, that's a door repair penalty. Another one. Holy smokes. That's got to be close to all 9 of them already.
All right, good news for chessjerk. The keys were not rolled high to have 1 or 2 HP, so the boomerang will take them out.
That's correct. The Gurias, on the other hand, they rolled beefy. 5 HP because they normally have 3 HP, and that bomb did not take 1 down. So you need 2 bombs or some other secondary weapon to go with it. But that was a nice room to get through. The orange Gurias goes through the shutter door here. He's looking for the item. OPT finding level 8. We'll see if he's able to do any exploration. It was here in vanilla level 1.
Nice key pickup for chessjerk here in the vanilla Gleeok room, which is in level 4.
Indeed it is, but no Gleeok to be found. He finds the compass, and boy, look at the location of where the Triforce is here in level 4, and oh boy. Good news for chessjerk, he won't have to deal with that Manhala. It does not have the Triforce. It could have a heart container, but it's not the orange lamb moles. That candle's gonna help bail him out, and he's going to continue to progress through this level 4. Still looking for the staircase, but we may have found our ladder block here in level 4, unless there's a workaround.
Yeah, only one possible way for a workaround, and that's if we bomb right here and you go up, and this could be the staircase. Oh no! What
a room that chessjerk's in. If he takes 1 bomb, he's at a heart and a half. That takes away 2 hearts. He's going to be down for the count. 4, and who can blame him? He can come back later. Red Candle would really come in handy against those land molas, or of course a sword, obviously. But yeah, you want no part of those fast-moving blue land molas.
Oh no, not at all.
So unfortunately, OPT couldn't really do anything in level 8 either. So both of our runners still empty-handed, almost 13 minutes in. Of course, as OPT finds his first take any cave and wisely picks up the candle. chessjerk not willing to gamble his 30 rupees at that casino, so he'll keep his money and look elsewhere. We're still in search of the wooden sword. Now OPT is going to head for the waterfall, and he's going to hope that he finds a prize here. Speaking of a prize, chessjerk finds a small secret for 17 rupees. Again, we're dealing with above average money at the moment, but we'll see about that large secret if we find it. chessjerk going to bomb here, and there's another potion shop. Now we're checking vanilla white sword. Well, not the worst set of enemies. Ooh, and those red levers, they go down in 1.
And it's 2 potion shops here on the waterfall and the white sword cave. So not the wooden sword that we're looking for. Maybe it is 1 screen west of 9.
Yeah, it looks like that's the drugstore business square here at in Hyrule here.
OPT now going to head up to level vanilla 5, which chessjerk has already checked, so we know it's not going to be the wood sword.
Yep, chessjerk is going to find another casino, and he's not going to part with his 82 rupees. And OPT is going to head for vanilla level 5. Oh, here's a secret for chessjerk. What do we have here? Hello! This is a big money seed, ladies and gentlemen. This is totally laws approved across the board. 133 rupees for that massive large. Holy Toledo. This is one of the best seeds I've called in terms of the money in my career.
Oh, yeah, this is definitely going to be a more than likely, unless we find a red ring soon, this is probably going to be a blue ring seed for both of our runners. Even chessjerk, who is a phenomenal runner, he will probably spend his rupees on a blue ring just for safety.
Now, chessjerk does want to be careful here because he's burning all over the place. And let's see. I don't blame him for this purchase. chessjerk is going to go ahead and purchase the bait a little bit above the vanilla cheap price of 62 rupees. But I like this play because knowing that there are 3 large secrets for 133 each, that's 400 rupees alone right there just about. You might as well spend it now, because if you find another secret and you're high on rupees, you got to be careful, because if it's another large secret, you're leaving a lot of money on the table.
Oh, yeah. So even picking up a large secret at 140 is not the end of the world, because you're only burning about 20 rupees. But if you're sitting on like 210 and you pull a 130, that's a lot of rupees being burned.
Yeah, absolutely. And OPT found another take any cave. He's got 2 of the 4 crossed off. He picked up the heart container. chessjerk has found level 8, but again, if it's any indication of what happened on OPT's side, don't think he's going to do much exploring, and chessjerk might be thinking the same way, or nope, he doesn't want any part of level 8 at the moment. Still looking for the sword. And again, gotta believe it's where he's going to check this burn spot first, and he's going to find another secret, and that's another small secret, so 2 of the 4 down for chessjerk. He's at 159.
OPT going to check the grave area a little bit, finds a door repair penalty in the fake Armos grave site.
chessjerk going to do the screen scroll. I think he's going to check that level 9 spot, and he does have 8 bombs, so he could also bomb a couple of spots next door, but having a little bit of trouble doing the screen scroll. Those Octoroks and the Zora are having their way with him as OPT finds a blue ring shop, and once he finds out what that large secret is, he will in all likelihood make a beeline for one of those blue ring shops.
So very interesting, you saw on chessjerk's side, one of the red Octoroks did not go down to the boomerang hit, but one of them did. There's 2 different kinds of red Octoroks, fast and slow, and it looks like the fast ones are the ones that have 0 HP in this seed.
Another medium secret for chessjerk. There ain't too many of those left. He's up to 195 rupees, so if he finds another secret, he will be taking a risk here, in my opinion, because, again, we have the 133 as the large, 17 as the small, and there's 2 of each of those left for chessjerk. Gonna bomb vanilla level 9 and find paper!
You're never going to turn down a paper. You might not turn it in yet, but definitely good to have to buy potions whenever you need, especially on a big money seed like this. Buying potions should be on the table. And will this be wooden sword? Yes, it is.
Absolutely. So chessjerk, the first to find wood sword, 17 minutes in, and indeed, it is in the potion shop in next to Death Mountain's level 9. So chessjerk having the combat advantage, and unfortunately chessjerk was trying to rid of himself of the door repair penalty, but he was a little bit too slow. Those fast text messages, but OPT right behind him with a wood sword pickup of his own here. So pretty close race between our two runners at the moment.
Yep, and OPT's going to get his letter as well, and I think he's probably going to be done here because he's out of bombs.
Yep. OPTLawyer did pick up his wooden boomerang, so both of our runners have the all hail, so TGE would approve of both of these runners. So what's the catch here, New York Rambler? We have big money, we have cheap bombs. I guess the latter is the caveat.
I mean, if ladder's a 9, it's going to be hilarious because we know the bow is on the coast.
Well, as I like to say, New York Rambler, it's not how a seed starts, it's how a seed finishes. As chessjerk is going to find this medium secret for 35 rupees, putting him at 196. OPT getting past the blue Lionel beams there. He was at 2.5 hearts. And they gave each other a high five there on the exact same screen right here at the crossroads.
Very interesting. The blue moblins have also been bumped up by 2 HP. They also take 5 hits to go down.
Okay, I guess that's what the caveat is that a lot of these enemies are beefy that drop bombs. The blue moblins are beefy, the orange gorillas are beefy, so I guess they had a lot of Chef Boyardee before the race, those enemies. Beefy.
Hey,
level 5. Nice find by chessjerk, and with the wood sword he can go to work here as long as, well, as I was about to say, as long as he's not ladder blocked. I don't know if there is anything past that section. I haven't looked at a level 5 map in a while.
Look at the orange Wizrobes were rolled up by 1, which actually is a huge deal because you can't bomb them in 1 hit. They went from 4 to 5.
Wow, and that means it takes 3 white sword hits to knock him down too. So man, a lot of these enemies rolling up on the beefy side. My goodness gracious.
Yep, there's the caveat. You lose out on, you get the big money, but you lose out on having a tough combat seed.
Yep, there's always got to be some kind of trade-off. Yep. I mean, you're not going to have everything handed to you on a silver platter. Randomizer just doesn't work that way, Rambler.
Yeah, trust me, I know from experience.
Oh, boy. Well, the Triforce in the tea room, but chessjerk is able to pick it up, so we have our first Triforce on the board, and it belongs to chessjerk. But meanwhile, OPT heading back into level 8, and there's 2 items to be found here, so he's going to, as long as he doesn't get ladder blocked, he's going to give it a shot here. chessjerk is going to go back into level 5 in the hopes that he finds an item. Again, we know that the bow is the ladder item on the coast, so the ladder is required. And another blue land mole room, and OPT just had no chance.
Yeah, it looks like he was doing fine, and then they look like they're after blood. Patra's in 5. That's mean, also.
Man, come on, come on, Patra Wayne. Nobody likes you. Get out of level 5. Stay in level 9 where you belong. And chessjerk wants no more part of it. Who can blame him? So he'll come back later if need be.
And I like OPT's.
Yes.
I've done this strat before also.
It's a phenomenal strat. He block clipped through that block. He is virtually protected from the blue land mola. So now, with one of them down, he'll exit the room and re-enter it, and the second one will magically go down. Boy, what a strat there that OPTLawyer just pulled off.
Yeah, that's just really good game knowledge by OPTLawyer.
Those are pro strats, ladies and gentlemen, and OPT... Oh my gosh, out of the frying pan and into the fire! Holy Toledo!
Yeah, speaking of fire, he's going to try to fire these blue land molas, but...
Now go for the bombs. Ooh, it's going to be close.
Sword beam, so there you go. I think it's 5 rupees first.
10 rupees, 5 from the blue Lamola, 5 from the floor drop, so it didn't come away empty-handed at least, but that's obviously not what OPTLawyer was looking for in that screen.
And if you want more bomb-dropping enemies that have high HP, well, it looks like the slow-moving blue Octorocks also are 4 HP.
Boy, son of a beehive here. All of these high-rolling HP enemies and OPTLawyer. This is the Gorilla Lagoon room, because this is what normally you have blue Lagoon rooms in level 8. We have Gorilla Lagoon rooms here.
I would rather take on red Gorillas over blue Dark Nuts any day of the week.
Yeah, amen to that, New York Rambler. And here's a spiral staircase for OPTLawyer that is guarded by these 2 Moldorms here, and he's going to try to get through this without taking damage, because he's only got 1 heart left. You lose half a heart when you get bopped by him. He's going to try to find a breakaway. Oh, he gets a fairy drop. Nice. Full health. But that is the transport staircase. chessjerk's in level 6 now. Ooh, Mr. Cab, that's a good one. Gorilla's Galleon, that's not bad at all. I like it. Ooh, and we we have a two-headed Gleeok here in what I like to call the jackpot room, the triple bar room. Now, here is the staircase. I don't know if it's going to be our item or not. It's being guarded by these... Well, we have a break.
Yeah, only 2 HP on the orange dark nuts.
So finally, a bomb-dropping enemy that rolled low on the HP shuffle. It could be the vanilla amount, or it can roll anywhere between plus or minus 2 its base value. And those orange dark nuts go down in 2 wood sword hits. That means 1 white sword hit knocks them out. Very nice. And we're still looking for Triforces in levels 6 and 8, as well as the items here. Again, we've been devoid of dungeon items now for 23 minutes. That is very unusual. Well, this is going to be one of the 2 items here, I do believe, that OPT has found. Or wait, no, never mind.
That's the transport he came in, but this will be one of the 2 items he's looking for.
Right on cue. Let's find out what one of the items is. We've got ourselves a red candle. Nice upgrade that OPT is about to get.
Yeah, especially with some of these enemies, like, I like having a red candle to fight, like, Gyptos, they're good against ropes. Sometimes you need a little more ammunition out of your candle.
Yeah, and those Lamolas that we've been seeing a lot, they really help against those Lamolas, so a nice secondary weapon that OPTLawyer just got, so it's a great weapon to find early on, but you're going to see runners generally avoid it if it's much later in the race.
Yeah, this early, when we're still looking for a lot of items, and... yeah, I don't turn on the red candle too often, even later in the race, because I like it as a weapon. Especially if you have the book, and the one's not the best long-range weapon, the red candle could do pretty good work for you.
Absolutely, indeed. We've seen the red candle bail out a few runners already in the tournament. In my opinion, it's one of the most underrated items in the randomizer. Uh-oh, we might have a Dig Dogger block potentially of the Triforce if it's here. He'll be able to get through this locked door, but there's potential unless there's a workaround there. Oh, no! Recorder City, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we are recorder blocked out of any further progression here in this level 8. But OPT is going to try to find a workaround. Holy Toledo with these Dig Doggers here. Yikes. And I must say, this kind of looks like level 7. The palette's right. The enemies are right. This looks like level 7, to be honest. Not 8.
Hey, we find the item staircase in 6. Let's see what we get.
Ooh, the book. That's huge for chessjerk. And with this being a big money seed, he finds those hints. He should save his game. Well, he's going to continue first, but when he finds a Triforce in level 6, he should save his game, buy those hints, and retry. He'll get his money right back. So chessjerk is now going to unlock the mystery of what those Highlands are saying. Nice find.
Yep. And we find another Dig Dogger here in level 8. Because, 2 wasn't enough. Let's have a 3rd.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, Dark Falls making a good point in chat is that a Dig Dogger in a dark room like that, the Triforce will not be there. So that's one you can knock off the board, but that doesn't mean that that room is required. It could still be required to get both the Triforce and the second item. And OPTLawyer can't get out of that tight situation, so back to start he goes.
chessjerk in a really rough room here with the Triforce having to deal with Blue Dark Nuts and Gyptos, but he's doing a really good job of taking them out.
Yeah, and of course he's got the blue bubble. Come on! Bubbles in a room full of Dark Nuts. Come on, no fair. But bombs away the last blue Dark Nut, and he gets his second Triforce piece. A good level 6 there for chessjerk.
Yeah, got the Triforce and got the item. That's all you can ask for.
Both of our runners, and chessjerk, by the way, all of a sudden is up to 6 hearts, so he did find a heart container along the way. So now he's guaranteed the white sword item, whatever it is, if he can find it.
And I believe he's going straight for the hint shops.
Yep. This is where one of the hint shops is, so he is going to retry after he spends these 144 rupees. We have Gorilla Grumbles with the heart container, so he knows that level 7, 32 rooms of pure torture can be avoided. Feat of Strength will lead to the heart container, so it's Power Bracelet blocked, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's required. Step over the water to reach the magical boomerang, so wherever the magical boomerang is, it is ladder blocked in some dungeon.
Alright, so knowing that 7 has A, an item that's not needed, and B is Power Bracelet blocked, we probably won't see 7 at all, unless for some odd reason we need it for the Triforce.
Correct. Unless this is one of those situations where there's a lot of blocked levels and you have to get a Triforce out of level 7. But yeah, that's great. That's great news for chessjerk, knowing, chessjerk taking the gamble and unfortunately gets burned. He loses about 90 rupees because he found that large secret at around 210. So That's the risk you take.
Ooh, silver's an 8.
Oh boy, silver arrows in level 8. OPT did find the workaround, so he's got both items out of there. So level 8 holding the big prize here. So now he's just a ladder away from being in Triforce and Go mode.
And here's a second set of hints. 3 has the any key.
That's a great hint. So if chessjerk finds it, you know he's going to make a play for it. Power bracelet will lead to the wand. Could level 1 be power bracelet blocked?
It could be. Let's see. And the ref is in 2.
All right, so we have some very valuable hints there. That level 2 has the raft, level 3 has the any key, and level 7 has the heart container. So there's a chance here. So we have discovered level 5. I believe we've discovered. So the situation is this. It's either in level 1 or it's in level 9, those 2 items, because both level 1 and level 9 have 2 items. So it's potential that level 1 or level 9 are power bracelet blocked. Or did we find level 9 earlier?
So we found level 9 already, but we know for a fact that 7 is power bracelet blocked. So we have 2 dungeons power bracelet blocked, for sure.
Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, you made a good point there. Because, yeah, 7 is power bracelet blocked along with something else. And, it's got to be 1, I think. I mean, we found 5, which wasn't blocked. We found 4, didn't we?
Yes, we found 4. We found 5. We did not find 3 yet. But we know 3 has the any key, so it can't be... Right. Can't have the wand. So,
Meanwhile...
we can confirm that level 1 is in fact power bracelet blocked and has the wand, and we know 7 is power bracelet blocked with the heart container.
Absolutely. So we know that one of the items in level 1 is the wand, but that ladder is still in play somewhere. And looking at the levels that are left, we are down to just level 4, level 5, and 1. Wow, the white sword item is the ladder. So now chessjerk opening up a piece of the puzzle, and it's behind that burn bush. Unfortunately, OPT heading the wrong way. So that is a huge find for chessjerk, and OPT with only 4 hearts. He's going to have to pray that if he finds that ladder, that it rolls low, because white sword item anywhere between 4 and 6 items. Boy, chessjerk in a real good position right now.
And ironically enough, the screen right next to the ladder was the hint that the white sword item was the ladder.
No, chessjerk, you did it all wrong there. You're finding a secret when you have a lot of rupees. So he just found his 3rd and final large secret there. So he has no more large secrets to work with, and then very little money in general. He's found a lot of the secrets as it is.
He's going to buy a blue ring now. Oh, no, he's not buying a blue ring. He's buying the arrow.
Ooh, so he's going to forego the blue ring in this sea, because, again, he has already spent all of his large secrets, but OPT just found his first large secret, so he's got a maximum 255 rupees there. So, I mean, I know chessjerk, and he plays really, really well. He plays the vanilla game, and, you know, he's really good at combat, so he doesn't necessarily need the blue ring. But still, I mean, you could have used that money to buy potions or something else. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, he's probably confident enough in his ability that he doesn't need the blue ring. He'd rather spend it on arrows and potions at this point, as he gets the bow.
Absolutely, and OPT, yep, he sees that money and he's going to mark it on his map. If he needs it later, he can always come back.
Now, does OPT have a blue ring shop marked on his tracker? Because if he does, he might be heading straight there to get that end of defense.
To me, it would make the most sense. It would double his defense. Combat really hasn't been an issue yet. I mean, yes, we've had a lot of Lionel screens like this one, but oh boy, somehow he dodged that, but he couldn't dodge that Lionel beam. So back to start OPT goes. Looks like chessjerk is going to head for a level 8 next, and no, he's not. Ooh,
or is
yes, he is.
You just got debated there.
We did get debated there. chessjerk doing the fake to fake here, and he is going to level 8, and he is going to be delighted to find out that the silver arrows aren't here. He'll be in Triforce and Go mode at this point.
The only problem is he just ran out of bombs.
And that's tough because he cannot get through. Well, he can't handle the that Dodongo anyway because it's ladder block. Speaking of ladders, is 4 enough? It is! Oh my goodness, OPT catching a break there. He's able to get the ladder at 4 hearts, so now he can get the bow, and he's already got the silver arrows, so he's officially in Triforce and Go mode as soon as he picks up that bow.
Yeah, both our runners in Triforce and Go mode. A little low on health on OPT's side. He still only has 4 hearts. That's very small.
Well, of course, yesterday, RC Drone completed a seed where he had no ring and only 5 hearts and still managed to beat level 9 because it was very tame. And I was just about to say, OPT, what are you doing? It's a bonus cave. Take it. He must have thought it was a door propelling for a moment.
All right, chessjerk left and bought some bombs, and now he's going back into 8 with a full allotment of 8 bombs.
All right, so he's got the maximum bombs. He'll be able to have a much better exploration of level 8, but he is about to discover the pain here in these blue land molas. And he's going to try to get those arrows to do work for him. Can he get by? Yes, he can. So the other one will be eliminated immediately, but he's going to find that he's out of the frying pan and in the fire, and he's like, nope, I'm out of here. Who can blame him?
He's probably going to go try to take these out to get the drop item in this room. We know it's only going to be rupees, so it's not going to pay off for him.
Yep, and he's going to do the same trick. He'll get a 5 rupee out of it, which would boost his total, so we'll see if he picks it up. Yeah, he's going to pick it up. It's 5 free rupees there, and he'll up an A and try another path. Both of our runners have the bow, and there's the blue ring. Look at that. He had 250 rupees exactly, and he still has 2 large secrets left, so he can go on a shopping spree again if he does find those 2 large secrets. So OPT in the driver's seat in terms of the cash, but his problem right now is the fact that he's got no Triforce pieces as he enters level 6. He'll find the book here.
Yeah, the book will help him with the hints, but remember, he already has everything he needs to beat the game.
That is correct. So virtually what he needs now is just to find dungeons and Triforces. And Chester, that's going to be that transport staircase that we saw on OPT's side. He just has to get past these. Boy, those Waldorms, I've let him through just like that. No problem there for Chester. Yes, 2 silver arrows to kill blue Lionels. A silver arrow will do 4 HP of damage, the same amount that a magical sword would do. So, I believe blue Lionels, what do they have? 6 HP?
I believe they have 6, yes. So that means they were not rolled -2. They're either -1, even, +1, or +2.
Correct. So Chester going to bomb his way to the north here, and he's going to discover the Dig Dogger Madness here as he's unable to bomb to the east there.
This will be the first item. This is going to be the
red candle, right.
Not the silver arrows.
Yep, so chessjerk at 35 minutes, he's going to go ahead and pick up that red candle. Again, another nice secondary weapon. But again, it's kind of an order of operations. They have found the red candle after finding the blue land mola rooms. Of course, chessjerk had the bow and arrows, unlike OPT at that point, so it was not too much of a challenge for chessjerk. Well, let's go ahead and do a recap while we've got runners here looking for their Triforce pieces. Via hint, we believe that level 1 has the wand. We know via hint level 2 has the raft. We know via hint that level 3 has the magical key. We don't know what's in levels 4 or 5. Level 6 has the book. Level 7 has the heart container, also via hint. Level 8 has the red candle and the silver arrows, which chessjerk is pursuing at this point. Armo statue item was Lord Banana. The ladder item on the coast, the bow, and the white sword item is the ladder.
Yeah, Dark CCX pointing out the race that I commentated 2 hours ago also had the ladder as the white sword item and the bow on the coast.
Wow. So overworld exploration was all you needed to find the rest of the puzzle pieces in level 8 having the silver arrows. Well, was level 8 where the silver arrows were in that race?
No, they were in 2. But what it was the power bracelet in 1 unlocked the ladder. It was really interesting.
One of those good old chain reaction seeds. So OPT gonna handle these very squishy orange darkness. Do this block clip here, and it does take 1 bop, but not a problem here. And unfortunately, that is the transport staircase, so he's going to avoid it for the time being.
chessjerk did find a compass here in 8, so we know that these Dig Doggers don't have the Triforce.
That is correct, and it doesn't look like that it's guarding it either, so chessjerk just needs to find that room here. I believe this is going to be the room with our book. Yes, indeed, yep. So OPT will pick it up. Ooh, too much potassium in the face for chessjerk as those blue gorillas knock him down, so back to start he goes.
Yeah, the blue Gorilla is doing a lot of damage. We talk about the Gorillas being the easier enemies between them, Dark Nuts, and Wizrobes, and it is true, but the blue ones still hurt hard.
Yeah, both the boomerang and its body do 1 heart of damage. And actually, that is the truth for either Gorilla. Their boomerangs will do 1 heart of damage if you get hit by them. So you better have your shield prepared, because if you're facing behind them, yeah, they're going to go to town on you, especially the blue ones. And we're back to that Gorilla Galleon here with the lag and all that stuff, and boy, he made quick work of those Gorillas there, and he is back to a full complement of 8 bombs. Unfortunately, we just lost OPTLawyer again, so we'll try to get him up as soon as possible, so stand by. We'll try and get the information as it becomes available. So chessjerk this time will pick up the map, and he knows he's just a couple of rooms away from getting his prize. Well, he's going to go through the eye here and find that he's ladder blocked. So that's the reason why OPTLawyer couldn't get it. But since he has the ladder now, he can get it. Oh no! You need the recorder. So another dig dogger, and you needed that recorder after all in order to get the Triforce. That is why OPT could not get a Tringle out of level 8, as chessjerk does find the silver arrows, so he is in Triforce and Go mode, but unfortunately for chessjerk, he will not get the Triforce out of level 8 because Dig Dogger is required. Man, what a trolley seed when it comes to these Triforces. We're almost 40 minutes in New York Rambler, only 2 Triforces between the two.
So here's the interesting thing. So we know now that the Triforce in 8 is recorder blocks, and we know the Triforces in 1 and 7 are both power bracelet blocked. So we might need to find levels 2, 3, and 4 here to get just to move on.
Yeah, that's correct. So it looks potentially that we may have to find another level to unlock that level's Triforce. So very, very interesting. This could be one of those ultimate chain reaction seeds where one item doesn't lead to another item, but instead leads to Triforce pieces. That item, of course, we're looking for could be that power bracelet that could lead to the recorder that could lead to those Triforce pieces.
I don't know if they checked the grave yet. The grave could very easily have 1 or 7 as well.
They checked the grave. It was not there.
Okay. So chessjerk's going to go back into 4, it looks like.
Yeah, and then, that's a very reasonable play there. And we don't even know what the item in level 4 is. And if it's that recorder, you got to believe that chessjerk will go back to 8 and get that Tringle.
Yeah. As the power bracelet, well, he'll know that he can find 1 or 7 pretty easily.
And chessjerk's got to have heart here as he picks up his 8th heart right there. So he's 2 hearts away from a potential shot at the, which we haven't even found the whereabouts of yet. As OPT gets his first Triforce piece, he gets it out of level 6. Still needs 4 more Triforce pieces to be in Go mode. Go to level 9. Remember that level 4 was ladder blocked. These runners could not make progression any further, so we'll see if chessjerk is able to claim the prize this time as OPT finds level 5. Now, this time he has the ladder. We didn't find what the item was, but we did find the Triforce early on chessjerk's side. So right now, I'd say this is a relatively close match. The item in level 4, though, could tell the tale of the tape. And same with level 5 in OPT's side.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it might be a little off because chessjerk has 8 hearts and OPT has only 6, but OPT does have the blue ring, so he actually has more health than chessjerk.
Yeah, the equivalency of 12 hearts, and unfortunately, it looks like we might have more internet issues on OPT's side, unfortunately. While we do have him back up, well, we did for a moment, chessjerk here in level 4, he's looking for the staircase. That is going to be another blue Lanmola, and get out of there quick, he does.
And we know the location of 2 now. It's on Death Mountain, which I don't think we've seen other than that wood sword.
No, we haven't explored much of Death Mountain yet because they had gotten the sword, but they didn't do any bomb exploration. Death Mountain being very heavy on caves that require bombs to explore. So, yeah, Death Mountain tends to be rich on dungeons. It looks like at least one of them is going to be in Death Mountain.
OPT's going to try to tangle with these Wizrobes here in level 5.
Even though he does have the blue ring, you still lose 1 heart every time you get bopped by the beams or their bodies. So you still got to be careful. You only have the wood sword, and what is it, 9 HP that they have? Yeah, the Triforce was in the tea room. Let's see if OPT decides to go back in search. Well, he doesn't need to go back in search for the item. Remember, he's in go mode, but he may think he's not going to go back. I mean, you can't fault him at this point. Remember, he hasn't bought the hints either. Well, we have found the item in level 4.
Yeah, here's the item in 4.
This could be huge. It's the power bracelet. That is huge.
Yep, that opens up 2 more levels that chessjerk knows about.
That is going to extend chessjerk's lead. So we have a tie in the Triforce department, but that power bracelet is going to open up at least 2 levels for chessjerk. So he's in the lead right now, and depending on how long it takes for OPT to decide to go back to level 4, will determine what kind of lead he's got. As OPT's going to find a large secret. What a time to find it at 2 rupees.
Yeah, now he can buy some potions if he finds a potion shop.
Yep, that's correct here, and there's going to be another secret, and that's where the other large secret is. So he finds both of the other large secrets when he had literally no money. That's a great time to find it. As another Triforce in a tea room. chessjerk finds it in level 4. He's got 3 pieces now.
Yeah, but you gotta imagine he's gonna be going straight for power bracelet spots because he knows there are 2 levels that are power bracelet blocks. He might not need the recorder to beat the Digdogger that's hiding in level, what, that was 8, right?
Yeah. So at this point, he's going to check power bracelet spots, and if he finds level 7, he's probably going to go after it, because again, he just needs a Triforce. I mean, yes, level 7 is 33 rooms of pure madness, but he just needs to find a Triforce, and for all we know, level 7 could be tame. Like that ever happens. It does happen. It does happen sometimes, believe it or not. That is not a level, but instead the magical sword. So power bracelet OP. You need a mag, son of a beehive.
And we used to say the power bracelet item. The power bracelet is usually one of the lower items, but it's actually very useful here.
Yeah, it's more useful in second quest because there are many more power bracelet spots in second quest than there are in first quest. Here's level 7 at the coast.
Yeah, level 7 at the power bracelet spot. That is actually called. Is that coast or is that close to start? One of the two.
Well, it's close to start, but to me, it's still the coast. But you know,
and he's saying no. I think he'd rather find 1.
Yeah, he said no, he does not want to deal with 33 rooms of pure destruction. No way. Certainly can't fault chessjerk. He's going to check the Lost Hills power bracelet spot next.
And one of the downsides of the book is the old man hint for the door repair turns into NI instead of the long text. Now you can't even know about it.
Yeah, forget it. You're not going to. Ooh, and OPT's heading for level 4 right now. This is a great play. I mean, little does he know it's a great play, but it's a great play. It's going to keep him in this race here.
Yeah, chessjerk finds 1, and it is at the power bracelet spot in the Lost Hills.
You bet. So, hold on, we have more land moles. This time the slow-moving orange ones, but you still lose 2 hearts when you get hit by him. He's going to pick up this key and up an A, go for a different path. 2 items here in level 1. We know one of them is going to be the wand. That second one, well, if it's the recorder, he's going to go to 8. He doesn't want to deal with 7. He knows where the Triforce is in 8.
Yeah. The only other items that could be other than the recorder would be either the magical boomerang, the white sword, or the red ring.
Well, we know that the magical boomerang is a step over the water hint, so if there is a ladder block here in level 1, then that could be the case. Otherwise, it's in level 9, or it could be in level 5, because again, that's another step over the water level.
Yes. I haven't seen any ladder blocks yet here in 1.
No, level 1 tends to be key blocked, if anything.
There's your
There's
wand.
the wand. Yep, that was advertised, and that means chessjerk has another good secondary weapon, and because he's got the book attached with it, it is going to burst into flames when the wand makes contact with enemies or the wall, which means if he's in a room that's got landmolas, they're going to go down pretty quickly. Right now, chessjerk just looking for the Triforce here. If he finds the item, he'll, I would imagine, peek into the staircase, and if it's anything to his liking, he'll pick it up. For all we know, it could be the red ring.
And chessjerk continuing to find keys, and he knows because the any key is in 3, he might need those keys. We haven't even found 3 yet.
Well, here's another heart container for chessjerk, so he's now 1 heart away from a potential shot at the magical sword. So it still could come into play for him. I still don't think it's going to, but one never knows. OPT still checking this level 4 here. Again, the power bracelet is the item, and it'll... little known to him, because he has not checked the hints yet. He could now if he wanted to with his 211 rupees. He's going to get this Triforce. Now, this could be a problem for OPTLawyer.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be a big... He'll think he can get more... He's going to pass it up! Oh!
He's going to do this item out. Well, maybe.
Well, he'll pick up the Triforce, so we're tied in the Triforce department again, but if he does not go back into level 4, he could be in a world of hurt.
And chessjerk still hasn't found the Triforce here in 1. Looks like it's going to be in the top half of the Eagle here.
And OPTLawyer does not go back for the power bracelet. That could cost him, folks.
Yeah.
Because we know that 2 of the levels are power bracelet blocked. 1 of the levels is recorder blocked, and Guerrilla Grumble's close to start. That's old news.
Yeah, if OPTLawyer finds 2 and 3, then it won't be too much of an issue for him, but we haven't found either one of those yet, as chessjerk finds the Triforce in 1, and I imagine he's not going to come back looking for another item.
Yeah, he didn't find the staircase item, so we'll see if he decides to plug back in there, because he's got levels. No, he's gonna go back in there. He's gonna hope that maybe he finds a recorder or something. By the way, OPTLawyer. Well, there's the catch. This is a good thing. There's a big money seed here. The potion prices are ludicrous.
Maxed
50
out.
for the Pepsi, 85 for the Coke.
Yeah, the Coke, the max is the 88, and I think the Pepsi, the max is, I want to say 52.
52 or 55 or something like that, because I know I think the minimum price for the Pepsi is about 25, because normally that's a plus or minus 20, for shops like that, but I think with the Pepsi there's an exception. I'd have to ask Fred about that one. Here's the item in level 1 we've got. Oh baby, the red ring!
That is probably the best thing that chessjerk could have found, based on what we knew and didn't know already.
Yep, probably the second best time. I say the second best. If he would have gotten the recorder, he would have just made a quick trip back to level 8, and then he would have been done with his Triforces. Instead, now he's got to find another level or deal with 33 rooms of pure torture.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to check some more areas he hasn't been to yet first.
So,
do you know where he's going? He's going right to Death Mountain. He's going to look for 2.
Oh, not a bad play at all. And speaking of Death Mountain, OPT's there. He finds level 2. Wow. So right on cue, we have a level 2 sighting on OPT side. So now there's only 1 level left. That's level 3. Where could level 3 be? Could that be recorder blocked?
Or ref.
No, it couldn't be.
Or ref locked.
Oh, raft block. And again, the raft is in level 2. Wow. This is interesting. This is very interesting. This race is not over yet by any stretch. How, unfortunately for OPT, chessjerk,
yeah, just going to finish off level 2 right now. He knows all he needs right now is going to be that Triforce, and the only thing that would really, well, he already knows that the raft's in here, so he only needs Triforce out of here.
To answer Eat My Steel's question, not much of Death Mountain has been explored at this time. This is really the first major peak of Death Mountain we've seen these runners go to, and they've done it at the same time. So, chessjerk just needs to find the Triforce. He's done. He doesn't even need the raft. We know where level 9 is. It was near start, so chessjerk needs to just get the Triforce, get out of here, and he'll have the advantage going into level 9.
Yeah, and OBT just picked up the raft, and chessjerk just did the same.
Yep, it's there. Might as well take it. No harm, no foul. It's not like, you're fighting a boomerang or the old days before the book, acted as a translator. The book on the ground. You're going to pick up the raft every time.
Yeah, free items, the only one you're going to avoid really will be the book in the older versions, and maybe the boomerang if you want to free up the item space. Right,
because the more items you have, the more you have to go through when you do the select swap. Just about all of our runners do the select swap, and there's another heart container OPT has picked up. So now he's 1 heart away from a shot at the magical sword, and chessjerk, if he clears this room, looks like he's going to, he'll get his heart container. Now he only has wood sword. Magical sword is sort of on the way back to a start in level 9. We'll see if he makes a play for it. He's only got the wood.
Yeah, both are runners sitting with Woody right now. We know the white sword is either sitting in level 9, there's a 67% chance, or it's the item in 5.
Yeah, that is true. And again, remember the hint about the magical boomerang. So level 9 though tends to be a ladder block more often than not. So we really can't rule one way or the other at this point. And this Triforce being elusive to both of our runners here. Not for long, as OPT the first to find the Triforce, so he'll have a leg up. He'll have a few extra seconds on chessjerk coming out of this level 2. So we have 4 Triforce pieces for both runners.
Yeah, chessjerk has to go to the right side of the moon to get to the Triforce. Unfortunately, he went up the left first.
Yeah, so OPT will be able to gain a few seconds here. Unfortunately, OPT losing out on a bomb. He didn't let that explode because the Lionels...
3.
Oh, boy. Wow.
We
have a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Unless there's another Dig Dogger block. OPT is in this race. This is going to come down to level 9. And another thing, chessjerk knows that the any key is in level 3. Now, OPT does not. If he stumbles upon the item before he finds the 5th Triforce piece, the keys could come into play in terms of level 9. We like to call level 9 the Great Equalizer. chessjerk has a fair amount of keys at this point, but you can never have too many keys going into level 9. We've seen runners have 9 keys going into level 9, and they finish the seed with only 1 or 2 left. As chessjerk gets his 5th Triforce piece, he is now eligible to go into level 9. Ooh, there's a bomb upgrade, and... well, there's another catch. Big money seed, cheap bomb upgrade. 89 rupees, at least it's a discount, but you're only getting 2 extra bombs. But again, those 2 extra bombs could come in handy going into level 9.
I mean, look at it this way. You're not spending your money on anything else, really.
Exactly. And chessjerk at 5347, the first to go into level 9. So this is what chessjerk is looking for. He's going to be listening for the roar of Ganon. If he hears it, he'll be 1 room adjacent, north, south, east, or west of where he currently is. Only one way to go, directly north. Second, he's going to be looking for a single shutter door room that automatically stays closed after full clearing that room. If he finds that room, that is where Zelda is. There are also 4 men, or 4 hints, well, 3 old men with 4 potential hints. One of them is where Zelda could be, one of them is where Ganon is, one of them is what is guarding the compass, and one of them has to do with where the silver arrows are. But you know what we haven't seen yet this entire run?
The bait block.
Not only that, we haven't seen any mugger rooms either. There's a good chance. There's a good chance we're going to see at least 1 in level 9, because there's going to be anywhere between 1 and 3 mugger rooms in a particular seed. There's also going to be 1 bait block somewhere. We haven't seen any of them.
And if you notice, there's a Chevy room here leading to a lot of this level 9, so high likelihood that the magical boomerang is one of the items in here.
And unfortunately, OPT has went out again. We'll try to get him back as soon as possible. We'll get an indication if he's out of level 3. Then he'll probably have the Triforce coming out of there. Then there's the bait block,
and we don't need it because it's in the farthest southwest room of level 9.
Yep,
so bait not required.
Well, that's a tough break there for chessjerk. He will not gain any information about where either Ganon or Zelda is. And again, we still haven't seen any mugger rooms. Could this possibly be a level 9 where we have all 3 of the hints taken away? Have you ever seen that before?
I can't recall. Ooh, nice find. White sword.
Look at that. chessjerk finding the white sword. He never checked mag, so that's a good sight for chessjerk. That's going to double his attack power, so great pickup there on chessjerk's side. That leaves just 2 items in play that we have. We have the recorder and we have the inferior model, or the superior model as some people may call it. He did find the any key, and he's got the Triforce out of level 3, so OPT is now in go mode, but he's not going to level 9 yet. He's going to look up now. Maybe he's forgotten what level 9 is. I hope it's just a mismark for his sake, because we have a race right now. This is going to be less than 3 minutes of a deficit that OPT is going to have to make up. This is not over by any stretch. And that key situation, it's 56-26 going into level 9 for OPTLawyer. That is a difference of 2 minutes and 39 seconds. It is anybody's game.
Yeah, level 9, as you like to say, can be the Great Equalizer, and we will see if it equalizes things here for OPTLawyer. But we found Zelda on chessjerk's side.
Wow, yep, it's behind the T room, another T room leading to a key part of the seat. So he full cleared that room. didn't open, that is where Zelda is. So chessjerk already has half of the puzzle figured out. Now he's going to do this ladder clip here to get past this tea room here. So chessjerk is just a pig away from potentially winning this race. And chessjerk now has a couple of advantages over OPTLawyer. Yes, OPT does have the key situation, but chessjerk has the red ring, whereas OPT only has the blue ring. Don't let his sprite fool you. That is a color shuffle that runners tend to like to go with. So he does not have the red ring. He's not found level 1. He has the blue ring. chessjerk doesn't have the keys, though. So if this tends to be a key-starved level 9, where there's a lot of locked doors on the path to Ganon, that could be the opening that OPTLawyer needs. But right now, chessjerk does have the lead.
See, finding the vanilla red ring room, and it is a staircase, but unfortunately it leads just to a transport, but that might take him to the area he needs to go to.
Indeed, so we'll find out. He's on the far west side of level 9 now, but now this is where that wood sword and the fact that he's got only a blue ring is going to come into play. I mean, blue dark nuts with a wood sword, and he's down to his last heart now.
Yeah, I think he bought a potion, though, but yeah, he's got to be careful with these blue dark nuts.
He does have a potion at his disposal. I don't think he's used it yet. So chessjerk right now in a good spot here with his red ring and his white sword. Again, the key situation could come into play. Right now, it doesn't look like it's going to come into play for chessjerk, but oh, the blue dart nuts get OPTLawyer before he could block clip through to find out what's behind that staircase. Back to start he goes.
chessjerk dealing more blue dark nuts. You can see the difference between red ring white sword versus blue ring wood sword here, as chessjerk has no issues taking care of these blue dark nuts.
Not at all. And I'm going to give one final item recap before it gets too late here, because these runners are just about ready to solve this puzzle. Level 1 had the wand and the red ring. Level 2 has the raft. Level 3, the any key. Level 4, the power bracelet. Level 5, we do not know. Level 6, the book. Level 7 has the heart container. Level 8, the red candle and the silver arrows. Level 9 has a white sword. We don't know the second item. The Armo statue item was the wooden boomerang. The ladder item on the coast was the bow, and the white sword item was the ladder. The only two items still left in play, the magical boomerang and the recorder. And that is not Ganon's room.
We hear the pig, though, and I think it's got to be this room here.
He's getting very close to it. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon in Ganon's room, no less. This should be an easy fight for chessjerk.
Yeah, white sword, red ring, stun lock.
He's got it.
Now you're just showing off your chessjerk.
Yep, chessjerk. Perfect Ganon fight right there. That's a textbook, picture-perfect Ganon fight. Down he goes. He's got the Triforce of Power. We've got bacon. chessjerk knows where Zelda is. This ball game is over.
Yep. chessjerk will be moving on to the bracket rounds, as he will win this race, so unless something goes horribly wrong, which we don't think was going to happen.
No. It would take a hard lock at this point, and we never want to wish that upon any of the runners here in the Zelda Randomizer race. Make sure you give both of these runners a follow here. They had a tremendous performance. It came down to level 9, a great close race. This is what we like to see here in Zelda Randomizer.
Yep, chessjerk has officially finished in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour and 29 seconds. Get your GGs in chat for chessjerk.
And 60 minutes and 29 seconds. That is a very impressive time there. GGs for chessjerk. He is moving on to the bracket stages. He is now 3-1, so he can relax going into week 5 of the Swiss tournament here. And that's a very, very fast time chessjerk put up. And OPT sees the bad news. He put up a good fight, but he knows he has been beaten. But he's not out of it yet. He's 2-2, so he could still punch a ticket to the bracket stages with a victory next week.
I just want to point out how interesting the seed would have been if this was not Pentaforce, with the 3 Triforce that OPT did not get being blocked by Recorder and by Power Bracelet.
Yeah, that is correct indeed. So great race between these two, and OPT is about to discover that this is Zelda's room. He's going to take care of these ropes, sees that the shutter door does not open, and he has found the princess. So Zelda lost hide and seek, which is a rarity, but let's face it, New York Rambler, they both lost.
Oh, yeah. Nobody wins.
Yep. we'll see if OPT is able to find Ganon in fast time, much like chessjerk did. Again, it's going to be a little bit tougher for him, considering he only has blue ring and wood sword. So his game fight's going to be tougher, and here's the reason why. If you noticed, chessjerk needed 8 white sword hits on Ganon. Ganon can never be more than 15 HP, but he can be lowered by as many as 2 hit points. So because it didn't take 7 hits, we now know that OPT is going to need the full 15 if he doesn't find that white sword. And it looks like we do have chessjerk here in the commentator's booth. Congratulations, GG. You are moving on to the bracket stages. How you feeling?
Thank you very much. Feeling good. How you doing?
Boy, oh boy, I tell you what, interesting seed that you had a level 8 Triforce that was recorder blocked by Digdogger, and not 1 but 2 levels that were power bracelet blocked. You two pretty much took different paths to get to your 5 Triforce pieces, and I'll explain in a little bit, but go over the seed with us, chessjerk.
Well, it was the classic wood sword on top of Death Mountain. That's always fun.
Yep, I kind of called that early on, so sorry, chessjerk.
Yeah, the sad thing is you're not sorry at all, so it's okay.
No. Well, I'll tell you what, at least it was a big money seed, but unfortunately you left about 200 and some rupees on the table when you found those last 2 large secrets back to back.
Yeah, I did up a retry after one of them, so one of them was available in case I needed it. But
that I didn't see, so very clever there, chessjerk. So well played, my friend. But yeah, big money. Level 9, though, pretty easy for you. It took you, what, all of 6.5 minutes? Very fast level 9 for you.
Yeah, and not many threatening enemies. No Patras. That's always good to see.
Yeah, and it's always good to see a Patras-free level 9, but it wasn't completely void of Patras. We did find one in level 5.
And I up-A'd quickly away from him.
Yeah, we never found out what the other item in level 5 was. The other item in level 9, I mean, the only 2 items that we never discovered were 9s, the other one in 9 and 5s, and the only 2 items that are left is the scrap metal and the recorder, which could have helped you with the Digdogger grenade, but didn't need it.
Yep, and also unfortunate that I was looking through my options for my 5th Tringle and decided, hey, 2 is an easy level. And then all of a sudden I full clear 2 looking for the Tringle, so that's always fun too.
Yep. Yeah, and actually OPTLawyer was able to gain some time on me because he did not find the power bracelet out of the level 4. He found level 4, but when he was at that point in Triforce and Go mode. So when he found the Triforce out of there, he actually found the Triforce before the item, so he noped out of there without the power bracelet. But fortunately for him, next door to level 2 was level 3, which had the any key, as you do from purchasing the hints. And he found the Triforce and the any key both rather quickly. So he was only 2 minutes and 39 seconds behind you going into level 9. So it was pretty close.
Yeah, that's a pretty close match.
But he's having a little bit of a harder time with level 9. It just looked like your routing happened to be more precise than his, and that's the reason why level 9 is called the Great Equalizer. One runner takes one path, the other takes another, and that's how you can turn a 5-minute lead into a 5-minute deficit.
Absolutely.
So again, congratulations, chessjerk, going on to the bracket stages. You can relax a bit going into week 5 and try to jockey for a higher seed as you attempt to go to 4-1 next week.
Absolutely, will do. Thank you very much.
New York Rambler, any questions you have for chessjerk?
No, you took care of everything. Just watching OPT, he picked up the white sword not too long ago, so he's hopefully going to have a little easier time with level 9 as he is on a search for Ganon.
Yes, indeed. So again, chessjerk, GG to you. Congratulations again for reaching the bracket stages, and we wish you the best of luck in next week's race.
Thank you very much.
Now, I do want to point out that we do have a race coming up right after this one. It is the Bobbing for Fries and Sausage Link race with Aerodyne X and Almighty Bobino with the call, or Almighty Bobino, perhaps. Random Effect and Redbird Grad is currently running at Speed Gaming 2. Boy, we have the great JSR and Adaginos on the call for that one. So 2 very exciting races coming up very shortly.
Yeah, this has been a full slate of races today, and I think we have a lot more to go tomorrow and Saturday.
We have 4 races tomorrow, and I might as well go over them right now. Lady Prismillion versus Javeth, that is at 2 p.m. Eastern. Then we have King Doll and X Ice Blue, that's at 6 p.m. Eastern. And then we have a very... Wow! I can't believe I'm saying this, folks. Crimson Avix versus Breasticle, or BT. One of those 2 runners is going to be eliminated after this race. They are both 1 and 2. It's hard to believe, but that is the nature of Zelda Randomizer sometimes. One of these 2 outstanding runners is not going to make it to the bracket stages, so that should be a very exciting race. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern. And to top everything off, at 10 p.m. Eastern, we have Narestra versus Raikou Rider. My goodness gracious, great slate of races we have for you tomorrow.
And now we hear on OPT side, he has indeed found the location of Ganon, but he's one run to the wrong side.
Yep, unfortunately the wrong side. Now, he does have the potion ready, knowing that he heard the beast. He's able to bomb to the west. And now, one more time, here's Ganon. He'll also need 8 hits. He's going to drink that potion right now. Yep, not taking any chances, so... Looks like if he's able to get through this fight successfully, a Hyrule Driver will cost him 2 hearts, so he still needs to be a little bit careful, as he just took a hug right there. We've got 1 hit. And provided he gets through this fight, 2. Nope, still can't get the stun lock. He's got his arrows equipped now. 3. Now he's got a stun lock. 5, 6, 7. Down goes the pig. More bacon. Another Triforce of Power, so... Looks like New York Rambler, he's going to finish around the 70-minute mark, so less than 10 minutes behind chessjerk. So a very, very close race. But in the end, it came down to level 9, up an outstanding level 9. And, you know, New York Rambler didn't put up a bad level 9, considering he only had Blue Ring and Wood Sword. But unfortunately, today, it just wasn't enough for him to get to the bracket stages. Again, he'll still have one more chance.
Yeah. And I think he forgot that he has to go through his tea room, so he's going to try to ladder clip his way to Zelda. And he gets it done.
So he's going to finish just over 69 minutes, so less than 9 minutes behind chessjerk as he rescues Princess Zelda. Get your GGs out for OPTLawyer. What is the official time?
The official SRL time for OPTLawyer is 1 hour, 8 minutes, 56 seconds.
Ooh, so he actually got the sub 69. Very good. So an 8-minute, 27-second race. And believe it or not, considering all the races we've had in the Pentaforce flags, that's actually one of the closer races we've had, believe it or not. So a very competitive race between OPTLawyer and chessjerk tonight. Make sure you give both of those runners a follow. They did exceptionally well this evening.
Yeah, I was very impressed. I knew chessjerk was a great runner, but I was very impressed by the way OPTLawyer played that entire race.
Well, you better believe it. He was fantastic. chessjerk was fantastic as well. And OPTLawyer, he's going to have to earn it next week. But you know what? Given what we've seen at this race tonight, I think he's got a chance.
Yep, joining us now is OPTLawyer. GG's.
Hello.
GG.
Yeah, very good race between the two of you. And I will tell you what, you were lucky to find level 3 because 2 of the levels turned out to be Power Bracelet block. And the Power Bracelet ended up being in level 4, which you noped out of after you found the Triforce. chessjerk actually found the item before the Triforce on his way to the Triforce out of level 4. So you were lucky to find level 3 next door to level 2 after you picked up that 4th Triforce, please. Plus you found that any key, so that could have saved you in terms of being locked out of keys. But unfortunately, in your case, OPTLawyer, not that many locked doors. chessjerk didn't have the any key, but he didn't need it.
No, that, looking at my map of 9, that looked like a very, pretty much straight walk. But, no, I clocked in 8 minutes behind. I'm pretty happy about that, to be quite honest.
I'll tell you what, though, you're actually even closer going into level 9 than you think, because chessjerk just had an amazing level 9. You were only...
Yeah, I'm sorry. I figured it was going to be one of those things where when I got into 9 and he wasn't done yet, I'm like, okay, way closer than I think, or this level 9's fallacious. Either way, it's going to turn into who goes where, the correct where first. And
well, a couple things I do want to point out. It was only 2 minutes and 39 seconds of a difference going into level 9 between the two of you. It was close. But yeah,
wow.
chessjerk was first. But here were a couple of the advantages he's had over you. He had the red ring out of level 1, which was Power Bracelet 1. He did have the red ring. The white sword he found pretty fast, so he got that combat advantage almost immediately. You did eventually find the white sword.
Yeah, I died on that room, and that was bad. I kind of knew it. Once I died there, I was going to have major problems, but...
Right, but hey, you still had it was not a terrible level 9. I mean, 12 and a half minutes, considering what level 9 can do to runners, is not that bad, considering what you started with.
No, not at all. I came into today thinking I was going to get absolutely destroyed. So, as I said, to only be behind by like 8.5 minutes, I don't feel that bad.
It was very competitive. I mean, you kept the entire time, but yeah, it almost got to the point where you could have been well behind. Again, you were lucky to find level 3 right after level 2 when you did, because otherwise you would have needed to find the power burst level 4, because you knew that the Triforce in level 8 was Dig Dog or Block Man. How about that level 8?
Yeah, so many flipping Dig Doggers, and yet I was able to get, like, there was some hope, because I'm like, hey, I can get around all of that, and then, like, I clear the last room I can. I'm like, well, that sucks. But at least I got silvers.
Yeah, the silver arrows, you were both able to get out of there pretty easily, and both of you did find the red candle as well. But so you go to 2 and 2, but you still have a chance to make it to the bracket stages if you're able to pull out a victory. And you're a good runner, OPTLawyer. I think you've got a good chance no matter who you pull. Of course, you're obviously going to want to root for somebody you think you can beat, but I think you can beat anybody.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you bet. So,
GG, chessjerk, seriously.
Yes,
GG to the
same to you. Yes, absolutely. That was a great. I can't wait to go watch the race.
Yep. So, New York Rambler, any final questions for OPTLawyer?
How'd you get so good? Teach me how you do it.
I have no idea, man.
Anyway,
All
greetings
right.
again to both of you guys. Make sure you give both of them a follow. They both run everything.
Thank you very much.
All right, so that's going to do it for us here, but stay tuned here on Randomania, because coming up next, we have Bobbing for Fries versus Sausage Link, and Aerodyne X and Almighty Bobino will be on the call for that. So these two fine commentators will take it away, and we're going to wrap things up. So we'll be back shortly for the next race. Stay tuned.